Okay, so how's it going? I have not made a video in I don't even know how long it's been. I'm sorry. Yeah, I take a long time to make videos apparently. I've had video ideas written up in my notes app on my tablet since like the start of the summer. This video, as you can see, is look back at my first year and a half as a developer. The video notes that I wrote are called 1 year as a developer, because I wrote these video notes at the start of last summer, which would have been my 1 year anniversary of starting at the company that I work at. So, yeah, better late than never. But anyway, so yeah, I have been working as a developer for just over a year and a half. I think close to like a year and 7 months at this point. But anyways, been a developer for a little while now, so I thought, let's look back at like things I've learned and like, because learning about how to do a job in college versus actually like getting out into the workforce and actually doing that job is very different. Like you aren't going to be doing the same things that you're doing in your programming classes at like an actual job where you're building actual business software. So, yeah, this is my look back at my first years being a developer. To start off with, I guess I'll, just talk about some things that I have learned in the past year, now a year and a half. So, I'll be adding in extra stuff that isn't in my notes, so who knows how scatterbrained this will get. But anyways, things I have learned. The first thing I learned, and this is a very big thing, probably my biggest drawback in my work as a developer, is that I need more attention to detail. Part of that is in the last year I got diagnosed as being partially blind due to a genetic defect in my eyes. Good news is it won't get much worse. But yeah, I need to be more cognizant of the fact that like, hey, I am partially blind. I need to actually look, make sure that I'm getting things correct. But also, having ADHD and all that, it's hard to sometimes focus and make sure things are exactly how they need to be. Although if you look at this gameplay footage, which is just me building a factory to put different shapes and colors together, I am a little more specific about making things more precise and line up and all that. But yeah, when I wrote these notes, I was having issues with doing attention to detail. Definitely need to work on that. Yeah, another thing I've learned in the last year and a half being a developer is that the world of software development is not glamorous all the time. About 90% of what I do as a developer is just like a daily slog of like trial and error and research. Development is often not just writing code. It's a lot of research and getting the code to work. On simpler things, obviously, it's just write the code up, super easy. Might have like a small like, oh, I missed a semicolon there, or some other tiny issue that I'll have to fix or debug through dev testing. But for the most part, a lot of the stuff I do for my work so far has been greenfield projects, actually. Well, up until after this summer, that's when I started doing actual like legacy software updates and maintenance. So that does not require as much research. But for my first year, I was mostly on projects where I was working on brand new stuff our company had never done before, like building a mobile app or creating Docker Swarm and moving applications to Docker Swarm. So there's a lot of research and figuring out how to get different parts of our technology to work together. And yeah, not as much coding. I think last fall, last winter is when I was getting into a lot of config files. And let me tell you, I hate config files. They're the most annoying things because like a small period or a dash, or sometimes like capitalization is very important. Sometimes capitalization isn't very important. So yeah, config files are the worst sometimes. It honestly, very annoying. But another thing that I learned in the last year, and I know this is kind of obvious, but like the world of development is massive. Like I've been to 2 developers conferences in my year and a half as a developer, because like they happen close to the start of when I started my job. So then when I got to the end of the year, there's the second developer conference. But anyways, I've been to 2, and like the scope of topics is pretty large, although the developer conference that I went to the last 2 summers was, for the most part, a little more focused on .NET and C#, but there was other stuff there as well, but it was mostly .NET, C#. But yeah, there's just a lot out there, and no one knows everything, which is a good thing, because like at my job, it's a very collaborative environment. I get to talk with and work with my other developers a lot, because like odds are if I don't know how to do something, my coworkers will. And yeah, it's really cool. For my first year, I did not reach out to my coworkers a whole lot. I did a lot more work with my manager, because he's a great guy. And yeah, a lot of the stuff, like since it was new and no one at our company had ever done it, it was a lot of me and my manager, the head developer, figuring how to make stuff do what we wanted, because I was the guinea pig. Honestly, I tend to be in that role a lot in classes in my life. I'm usually the guinea pig for other people. But anyways, yeah, the world of dev is absolutely massive. No one knows everything, even at my job. Like within the scope of what we do, not everyone knows everything that we do. So yeah, I get to talk to my coworkers, get to do a lot of learning, and there's always more stuff I can learn. And yeah, even in the last year, there's been more new stuff created in the world of development that I can learn. So I'll never stop having the ability to learn and do new things in my job. So yeah, which kind of brings me on to like things I enjoy about being a software developer. I definitely enjoy the fact that I get to learn and grow. Like I will never stop doing new things as a developer. Like I get very bored and like lethargic when I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over and over. So I enjoy getting to not have to do the same thing over and over. Like so far, I don't think a single project I've worked on has been the same. Like there might be like sections where I'm doing the same thing, like where I was moving like a bunch of applications to a Docker Swarm. So I was doing the same thing for a lot of small applications. But even in those, like there's different circumstances, because not all the applications are exactly the same. So there's tiny little things that I still had to figure out. It wasn't just copy, paste, repeat until death. So yeah, that's fun. Another thing I enjoy about my job is I get to have flexible hours. Not all development jobs are like this, I know, but like my job, as long as I get my 40 hours in, they don't really care. Like obviously, they would prefer if I'm working close to like when other people are working, because like I do need to work with other people to complete my job a lot of the time. But like if I start work at 6:30 versus starting at 8:30, as long as I'm getting in an average of 8 hours over the 5 working days of the week, they're fine with it. And well, now we're doing time tracking for project management, not to like keep track of employees, but so that we know how to plan out projects and stuff. But I was gonna say, like, they don't even track how much hours I'm putting in, but now they do, but not for those reasons. So I enjoy having flexible hours. Like I said, I enjoy puzzle solving. Like every project is something new, always something to figure out. It's always cool to like figure things out. Other than currently, I'm dealing with a weird bug in an application that I'm working on, and I've gone through so many different things. Honestly, I need to just ask one of my coworkers to put their eyes on it so that they can help me figure it out, because at this point I've looked through everything so many times and there's no apparent solution. So that's annoying sometimes, but in general I like getting to like solve things and figure things out. Finally, a thing that I really like, and I've kind of talked about this a little bit, but I really enjoy as a software developer the fact that like I have great co-workers and it's a collaborative environment. Like honestly, so about 50% of the time when people are like, oh, how's work going, I'll tell them, yeah, work's fine. I don't really like what I'm doing, but you know, like I like the people that I work with. So like, cause like I make business software that's all proprietary, in-house, internal tools and all that. It's not exciting. Like it's not going to change the world. But I really like my coworkers. I don't need to be doing rocket science. It's just, yeah, it's a good environment to work in. So yeah, I really enjoy that. So finally, to kind of wrap this video up, because I've been rambling on for who knows how long now, I figured I would end with like, you know, looking towards the future and things that I'm excited to maybe do in my future career as a software developer. Some of this is, looking at my notes, is probably far in the future, but you know, what? Why not have dreams? So the first thing is potentially project management, specifically because, well, especially now that I've had other project managers who aren't my boss, who's the head developer. There's so many things that slip through the cracks, and it's like, oh my gosh, how did you not think of this? We need to cover all our bases. Like specifically, I'm gonna go on a small tangent here. Specifically on the project that I'm working on right now. When I started the project, they're implementing a new project management whole thing. That's why we're doing the time tracking now. Anyways, but when I started the project, I was like, cool, day one of starting this project. Let's go look at my tickets. Let's go see what I'm doing. And I open my tickets and they're blank. No requirements, no descriptions, nothing. And I was like, hey, what's up with this? To my project manager. Also, I had 3 different people who are technically different stages of project managers, which is very annoying and hard to figure out, because it's like, who do I talk to? Like, what level is this question supposed to be directed to? But anyways, so I ended up talking to them. I was like, hey, cool. I don't know if you know this, but me as a developer, I need to know what you want me to develop. So then they had to spend a couple days like putting the tickets together, filling out the descriptions, actually telling me what I'm supposed to be doing for work. And yeah, it's now looking back at it, I can laugh at it, but in the moment it was very frustrating, because it was like, how did no one think like, hey, we should make sure that like our developer knows what to develop? It just seems obvious. So yeah, I think at least in that respect, I could do a better job than some of the people I mean, that, to be fair, they had a lot of things on their plate. I was not the most important thing at that point. But in that respect, I could do better, I think. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just being arrogant and full of myself. I don't know. But, yeah, another thing. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. So one of the things that I wrote down is I wanted to do more, looking forward to the future, I wanted to do more bug fixing rather than feature development. I wrote that this last summer. Now that I've done more bug fixing, no, I don't want to do more bug fixing. No, bug fixing is fine, except for currently the bug that I'm trying to fix right now is super annoying because it's caused by something in a database and not lining up, and I don't have access to the database where the errored data is. So I can't actually go look at it. So I'm like half blind. I've asked for access to the database multiple times, but they haven't given it to me, which is, I guess it's fine, but I'm half blind trying to fix bugs. So yeah, bug fixing, now that I actually have done it, since these notes are old, oh my gosh. But anyways, now that I've actually done it, yeah, it is a little more stable than just developing new applications, new features. But honestly, I do like feature dev a little more now that I've done both, because I am making the code and I don't have to deal with all the tiny little idiosyncrasies of trying to figure out what other people did and how it works. I like having my own stuff that I understand how it works. So, yeah. And then, yeah. Another thing, the last thing that I wrote down is I want to work on side development projects. Side projects are really weird for me because, having ADHD, I forget to do things a lot. It's kind of like bursts of attention and stuff. So, yeah, I think it would be cool to develop like a mobile app or something tiny on the side. But I haven't done that just because it's very hard, because like I get into this project planning like state of mind, and I'm like, okay, so I need to do this and this and this and this and this, and like with these videos, like I have, I don't know, I think like 10 video scripts fully written up with like B-roll plans and all that. The B-roll for this isn't that complicated because it's like I just need to record this video and get it out there, get it done, because I haven't made a video in a while. But yeah, I get in project planning headspace. It's so easy to plan things out. But then I get to the point where it's like, okay, I need to actually put this into effect. And it's like, that's so much to do because I can see all of it. All that I've planned out. It's like, that's so much to do. I can't do all that right now. So, yeah. With all my side projects, I just keep thinking through them, developing them, planning them out. I have relatively detailed notes on some of my ideas. But it's the process of actually trying to put them into place. It's kind of hard. So, yeah, I mean, I still want to do side dev projects, side programming projects, but I haven't been able to yet. Maybe, I don't know, maybe in the future. Maybe this week I can set a goal of it. Just program something small on the side. The problem is like what? Then I have to think of something small I can do and planning all that out. When can I do it? How to do it? How much time to give myself? Yeah, it's hard, but yeah, it is also because like I'm staring at a screen all day for work. By the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I'm done with Visual Studio. I'm done coding. I don't want to deal with bugs anymore. it probably would be a good thing, both like for my professional career, because like I'm practicing coding outside of work. Like it's like using a muscle. The more you use it, the more you train it, the better you get at it. So that'd be good for me professionally, because so I can become a better programmer. But also just be cool, because like I do have some interesting programming ideas. But anyways, yeah, that's my look back at my first year and a half as a developer. I doubt very many people will actually watch this, but hey, maybe people will. Maybe this might be interesting to someone. If this was interesting to you, feel free to comment that down below. You can subscribe. I'm hoping to actually start putting all my video scripts into actually like making those videos. So I will be putting out videos in the next little bit, hopefully. And yeah, so feel free to subscribe if you want to see more rambly, weird videos like this. And yeah, if you like this video, feel free to actually click the like button, but I don't know, don't feel like you have to. I don't know, I feel weird asking people to do stuff, because like honestly, this is a hobby for me. I'm literally just putting this out into the void for fun, and maybe eventually one or two people actually interact with it, and I get to interact with people, and I find that cool. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'm sorry this was so rambly. I'm sorry that I haven't put out a video in so long, but hey, here's a video. I hope y'all are happy, and I hope y'all have a great day, evening, morning, whatever time of day it is.